What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the BashCast. I'm Hunter.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob.
And Quaid will not be here with us for this episode, but that's all right. He'll be back next week. All right, so the first thing we got to talk about, it's pretty tragic, it's pretty sad. Prince has passed away today. So we just want to mention it real quick. We probably won't go into a lot of detail. Not a lot of details have come out from it yet.
I'll tell you, we'll have to wait and see what the news digs up.
Yeah, so we're just going to say that to his whole family and friends, you have our condolences here. So, first things up, we got a pretty bizarre news story coming out of AMC theaters, and I don't like it at all.
I don't either.
I just think it's crazy.
Okay, so basically, I'll explain the situation to you guys, so and those who are listening, of course. But basically, AMC, whenever you go to an AMC theater, you always have these reminders to turn off your cell phone and watch the movie, which I think is good.
Just
but
like
recently,
any other.
the CEO of AMC said that they had considered moderated cell phone use, in effect making theaters texting friendly.
What is moderate cell phone use, though?
That is a good moderating. I'm sorry. Moderating cell phone use, but no. Here's his statement for his reasoning behind it. He says, when you tell a 22-year-old to turn off the phone, don't ruin the movie, they hear, please cut off your left arm above the elbow, he explained. You can't tell a 22-year-old to turn off their cell phone. That's not how they live their life.
That's
I
so crazy.
completely disagree with that.
I'm 19, and if the movie theater tells me to shut off my cell phone, it's off. Like, I am there to watch the movie.
It disturbs other people, and that's what you're there for, is to watch a movie.
And the light coming off of the phone can ruin
That's
the
what
movie
drives
experience.
me nuts.
I'd say it's very distracting. I'd say your eye easily picks up on light, especially in the dark. And whenever you hear something, or it's like some kind of instinct we have. You hear a sound or a light, you're like a meerkat or something. You're looking around like, what is going on here?
I literally just thought of this. So you told me a story like yesterday. It just kind of just dropped yesterday, I think, or the day before.
It was a couple days ago, but they got a lot of. Wait, is this relating to the theater?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead then.
I was gonna say, I just thought of this now, but what if AMC had one theater, just one, out of a 10 or 12 or however big the full building is, just one theater dedicated to that rule of thumb, to where you can have your phone out in just that one theater.
I still don't like that.
Yeah, I still don't.
And it's and you don't go in there. They only play movies that are on their last legs of being in the box office.
Last legs? Well, I guess that would work, but it might also be somewhat unfair to the people who may have gotten around late to seeing the movie. So
I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate. What if it happened?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting topic, but the reason that the theater apparently is doing this is they're saying that the number of movies 12 to 24-year-olds saw in theaters in 2014, that declined by 15.5% from the year before, from 8.4 films to 7.1. So
why?
I don't know, but they're yeah, go ahead.
Netflix probably.
Netflix
and DVD sales.
And I don't have Netflix, so I used to, and I would watch movies and stuff like that. But those movies on Netflix have usually been on or out for a while.
Yeah, but also pirating the movies also seems to be a big thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta kind of think of it now that we are television here, but a lot of people are kind of ditching the satellite and cable and going straight to Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I was gonna say
a lot of people are doing that.
One of my friends, he doesn't have cable or anything like that. He just has Hulu and Netflix. That's it. Minus, I guess, maybe pirated stuff. But
I mean, that's really all you need nowadays, because on Hulu, there's so many shows go up the day after.
Yeah.
If you have Hulu Plus, you get to watch the show the day of or the day after the show comes out.
Yeah.
So I know it happened, but a problem I came with the Flash season 2 was that I watched the entire first season on Netflix, and I went to watch second season on Hulu. I got through the first 5 episodes, and I couldn't watch it for the next couple of weeks. And what happens is that they're only allowed to have a certain amount of episodes on at a time. That it's kind of like, I guess it's like a deal with the
network.
Yeah, the network.
Okay.
So I haven't watched the rest of season 2 because I missed a few episodes.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's just
one thing that came out of that was 22-year-olds having a problem with their phones. I don't have a problem with my phone.
Yeah.
My little sisters and little brother, though, like my little brother is a sophomore, and my little sisters, I don't even think they should have cell phones to begin with.
Oh yeah.
They're in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd say
And there was one weekend where my little sisters didn't have their phone, and they're like, "We need our phones. Can you text Mom to bring our phones over to Dad's house?" And I'm like, "No, you don't need them."
I'd say that's a problem, I think, nowadays. That, you think of how so many generations today are taking, like, the effect of something and not blaming the cause. Like, they're not blaming the generation before for these parents who are saying, like, well, we'll give them a cell phone because it'll entertain them and just kind of make it easier on us. But really, you're kind of depriving them of a lot of experiences that you're missing out on.
I was like, go outside and play.
Go
It's
outside
nice
and play.
outside.
Go to a movie theater. That's when it...
I was definitely an outside
Yeah.
kid. But I was
Oh,
young.
yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can't tell just by the way I talk, then I was definitely an outside kid.
I would take Nerf guns, and
Oh my
I
God,
live
Nerf guns.
real close to a park, and then my grandparents live on the other side of the park. Well, in between there's a bunch of woods. So I would, like, walk out to the park and go play Army in the woods
Sweet.
and, like, battle to my grandparents' house.
Yeah. I used to play a lot of the airsoft and stuff with my friends in my backyard. It was just so
same.
much fun. It was like cell phones and electronics at the time were just a second thought to me. Like they weren't even in my head. I was so busy like just having fun outside.
Yeah, that's just it. And I think that's some that if AMC actually started allowing this to happen, then we're really cutting down on the theatrical experience. And because when you go to a movie, you're paying your money for a reason. You don't go there just as a hangout with your friends. You're going there because you're actually dedicating some time to leave the house. You have a legitimate reason to leave.
Yeah, and honestly, this kind of plays in with the droppage of seeing movies of 12 to 24 seeing movies. You got to think like this. A lot of people out there are like us. We're the majority.
Yeah.
The minority are the ones who use their phone in theaters. So if they allow this, it's just going to drop even more.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's just going to drop.
Another, for that age group, you either have little kids who have to wait for their parents to take them to the movie, or college students who really don't have time to go to the movies anyways. I don't know how I feel about those statistics.
I'd say
now,
something
saying that.
about it, and of course, you know what they say: 60% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our producer is cursing us in the background. but anyway, all in all, guys. So
Thanks, Josh.
but all in all, seriously though, what do we think? Are we giving this a thumbs up?
Oh my God.
I'd say it's
Down.
a thumbs down for us.
This is the worst idea I've heard.
I'd say it was a silly question of me to even insinuate that.
But you might as well ask it because it's a question.
I'd say it's a question that I think needs to be discussed, especially in a industry that I think kind of struggles at times, and we're so depending on these blockbusters to make movies. And if you want people to come see these movies so the business can survive, then we got to have people in the theater.
I know. Definitely.
I agree.
So anyway,
so next up is something that's going to lead into another discussion, but we're going to deal with this first. Is Warcraft drops on June 10th. The second trailer just came out, and it looks good. I think it looks good, and this kind of leads into the problem. The conversation I want to lead into is that video game movies are notoriously known for being awful.
Yeah.
So, and it's all dedicated.
we're not just talking about Pixels with Adam Sandler.
No, we're not just talking about Pixels with Adam Sandler. It's all dedicated to a director named Uwe Boll. Uwe Boll. He's I think he's German.
About to say, excuse us.
He has made Alone in the Dark, Blood Rain, House of the Dead. Oh man, he's made a ton of these video game movies.
I've never even heard any.
And
of
they
those
all
games
have lower than
or
10%.
movies.
They have all had lower than 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And the only really good video game movie I know of, and it's just one, is the very first Resident Evil movie. Just because it kind of gets the game a little bit. It's kind of accurate in a way, but it's just like
there was supposed to be
bad.
a Ghost in the Shell. Wait,
Yes,
is that that's
coming out?
Video game or is that an anime?
It's an anime.
It was an anime.
All right.
But we'll see.
Very big anime.
Yeah, it's a very big anime. But anyway, I'm just kind of wondering after listening to these, when I was thinking of our past podcasts, and we touched on video games in the past. Do you think there's still that negative perception of video games in general turning into films by critics, and that's why they've gotten so low a score? Or is it because the films are just aesthetically not very good?
Well, kind of both because don't follow a storyline. But the thing is now, we're at such a turning point that where comic book movies used to be like terrible, and it used to be not cool to like comic books. Now it's like, if you're in the comic books and you see comic book movies
came out, and then it's just like
superhero. I think, in my opinion, it started out with the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I was blown away by it. And now it's cool to like comic books and like comic book movies.
Yeah.
And if Warcraft is as good as it looks, I think it's going to start that next step for video games.
Yeah, but I'm still not sure about, I don't know how I would feel about Warcraft because it looks heavily dependent on CGI. And And I don't hate CGI by any means. I think CGI can be great for if you have a crazy vision that you want to make possible. Then use CGI, but you should always, I think, use practical effects because practical effects make it look more realistic.
Yeah,
and use CGI as a
but the thing is, it is a video game movie.
That is true, but
and video games are purely computer generated.
Yeah. But no, we just look at the trailer here, and we just.
Well,
I mean, you look at it, and these monsters or trolls, or excuse me,
orcs.
Excuse me,
excuse me. They're orcs.
They're orcs. I don't know what I'm thinking, but these orcs, they just look so fake to me, and I just don't.
Well,
it doesn't make me believe it.
I know where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying, but in my opinion, this is all they could. This is probably the best they could. Okay, it's probably the best they could do for what it is because the company. Blizzard is known for their amazing CGI trailers for their video games. They are known for their trailers.
This looks a lot like...
It looks a lot like a Warcraft trailer.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I understand the need for practical effects. I completely agree. I love Mad Max for the practical effects in it.
Mad Max Fury Road
is a great example of it. And the thing is, it would be really hard to recreate these orcs with practical effects, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, they're from what I've seen of them, they're very muscular and big, and it'd be hard to cast people with that.
But I totally agree with you. With practical effects is always going to be better than CGI, in my opinion.
Definitely.
I mean, one of the best ones you can look at is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, of course.
That movie was amazing at the time. But it kind of got overshadowed by E.T., which came out 2 weeks before.
Definitely.
And so people were obsessed with E.T. and that alien instead of the alien that was, murdering and eating people and becoming them.
I'd say manipulating itself to turn itself into
not
whatever.
Not just the World of Warcraft trailers, but Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Those trailers, if they would make those into a movie...
Amazing.
It would be an amazing movie.
They kind of made that with Final Fantasy. It's called Final Fantasy Advent Children, where they kind of took the graphics of a trailer and made it a movie. It was gorgeous. Like, the movie was gorgeous.
There's definitely been times where I've gotten on YouTube and just, watched all the cinematic trailers from the Knights of the Old Republic just because it's cool.
That was a great trailer now that I think about it. That was cool. But, I mean, I'm excited for it because I've played Warcraft. And I've been a long-time fan, and I think it's going to start a new age of movies, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think how do I say this? I mean, I don't know if this will start a new age of movies as video games per se. I think that they're going to keep doing them anyway as long as they're still popular.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard to predict exactly what is going to be like a new wave exactly, because some people would say I don't know, maybe in the 80s they thought that these teen comedies were going to be around forever and stuff like that, and and the studios kept making them. But I don't know, it's just something about this. It's not that I'm totally against it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Because I love the fantasy and Lord of the Rings and comic book movies from Hellboy and stuff like that.
Hellboy.
That was good.
It was a great movie. But it's just something about the way this seems done doesn't sit right with me.
I can kind of see it possibly if this movie ends up getting some good reviews and is good and kind of opens up a new door for video game movies. I can kind of see it getting repetitive though, because with a lot of the newer games right now, they're basically movies.
Yeah.
You play.
Yeah, that's true. But by starting a new age, I just meant like, I don't know if you guys took me the wrong way. I just meant like for video game movies, not movies in general.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Just for video game movies because they've been so bad in the past. I just want one to be good, one to get a positive score on Rotten Tomatoes. The highest one is Advent Children with 47%.
Wait, which one?
Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Oh, okay.
I think that's still better than the newest Fantastic Four movie.
Hold on.
I did not like. I was just told to stop smacking the table, which I need to stop getting worked up so much.
That's it. We need to be careful with what's going on here.
Yeah. But okay, we better move on before I start getting
more
hot and heated.
Well, let's start with Jacob here. So, Warcraft, what do you think? You looking forward to it? Thumbs up?
I'm going to go and watch it. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. It looks awesome.
I think it looks good. I'm going to go see it.
Okay. Well, I hate to be the guy different here, but I'm
for it.
I'm going to be in the middle here because
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'd say that's just it.
We need some differing opinion on this.
We need to have a different opinion because just something about it still doesn't sit right with me, and I'm probably the wrong guy to ask this sort of stuff, but still, I don't know. There's something about it just doesn't work for me.
That's fair.
Okay, well that's fine. I mean that's fair.
All right.
Okay, so this is pretty late that we're talking about this, which kind of sucks.
We meant to talk about it, I'm pretty sure, in like the first or second one we had also.
Yes. So VR dropped 2 weeks ago. And if you don't know what VR is, it's virtual reality. And this also kind of ties in with video games because it's mainly used for video games, but it's also used for creativity. So what the...
like painting and stuff like
that?
Yeah,
people paint 3D. I saw a video of a guy who painted the scene from The Matrix where Neo dodges the bullets in 3D, and
That's
you can walk
pretty
around
cool.
the painting and look at it in 3
Oh,
dimensions.
a 3D painting.
Yeah.
That's really
That
awesome.
is an interesting concept.
That's really
because,
cool.
I mean, could you imagine seeing like some of these old like Renaissance paintings? Like you could see like
Yeah.
I mean, if you remember them
Yeah.
from school or something like that, from maybe your history class or an art class that maybe you were forced to take or something like that. But,
Yeah.
Or something you really enjoyed. But if you saw like School of Athens from, I believe it was. Who was that artist? I can't remember who it was.
I
but
don't know my art.
I don't either.
Raphael.
Okay.
But see all the details and all the
love him in
people, or
TMNT.
like The Last Supper, seeing those paintings come to life, that'd be a really interesting movement.
It would. And this can
Yeah.
also... so, you know I just thought about this, but you know the 3D tours on Google of like places you can go?
On Google Earth?
Yeah, or something like that. You can take like 3D tours of like a building or
Okay.
something.
Yeah,
Imagine this in
yeah.
VR, like taking a virtual tour
Yeah.
in VR. That'd be so cool. That'd be really
agree.
cool. It'd probably cut down on tourism
One
and stuff like
thing-
that, but you know.
I think it was last spring, last fall, or something like that. I ended up one of the sophomores that graduated last year was super into watching the Markiplier videos where he had the Oculus Rift, and there was this one game that he was playing. He was walking through this dungeon. There's monsters and stuff like that walk around, and like he has surround sound speakers on, so like he hears
Yeah.
something over here. He's like, "Oh gosh,
Yeah.
what is this?"
One of the funniest videos I've seen of VR is the Oculus Rift is one of the names. There's the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, the Samsung. Oh man, I don't know. It's Samsung has one, and basically I think it was Oculus. They got their security guard for the building, and they sat him down in a rolling chair, and they put the headset on him. And on the Oculus, there's headphones that kind of clip on to the strap right here.
Okay.
And basically what happened is they put the guy... Oh yeah, it shows right there. But they put the guy in a rolling chair and they put him on a roller coaster in VR. And as he went up and he went down, he went like this and he fell out of the chair because he actually experienced it.
Oh man,
It was hilarious. It was great.
So
I've even seen some of the it was old people react, and they had the Oculus Rift on. They took them like through a few different scenarios. One of them was a roller coaster. One of them was like a haunted house and stuff like that.
It's cool. It's where this is going. This is amazing because you can also. I've seen some videos describing how you can use blueprints for buildings with it. You can kind of like
that would about to
really
say I have a relative in Chicago who actually, I believe his job is to draw like sketches and blueprints for like buildings for architects and things like that, so he knows what they look like. If you could do that with a computer and have details of the hallways, about to say that could really bring in.
That'd be so cool.
Another thing that I see sometimes when I'm watching like videos from conventions is like they have like the walking platform, kind of like a treadmill kind of thing, and they're like in this harness, and they have the virtual reality and like maybe a fake gun or something like that, and they're walking around and like doing all this stuff.
I saw a video of a guy playing GTA like that. It was pretty interesting.
That would have been kind of fun.
It was pretty cool. Pretty like. It also sparked like I don't know.
You could get some pretty terrible things going on in GTA with that.
It sparked some discussion of like sitting there stabbing people. Like, whoa. Let's slow down, guys.
Let's slow down.
But I'm really excited for it. Hopefully I'll have my hands on one of these days. I'm pretty sure the Oculus Rift got delayed until June or July, while the other ones are still coming out. So people are pretty mad about that. They're refunding their pre-orders.
So what are they going for right now?
I think $600 is the Oculus, I believe. I haven't looked this up. I think the HTC Vive is. Oh man.
So do they connect to a console or do they have their own? Okay.
And then PlayStation is coming out with their own VR.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be on a console.
Do you think Xbox will follow suit with this, or?
I think they might be coming out with one. I don't really follow Microsoft very much. I just don't.
Right before Star Wars: The Force Awakens came out, I remember Verizon was handing out like these little cardboard things that you could put your phone in. And it had like a little barcode that you scan, and it got this app on there. And you hold it to your face, and it's like a virtual reality thing,
Samsung's is you put the phone in the visor, and that's how you see it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And YouTube has VR now. There's YouTube VR that they're testing. And there's also, this kind of isn't really with VR, but it's kind of a funny app. It's called Night Terrors. It's a new app that they're developing. Basically, you download it, and it utilizes your phone's camera. And basically, you walk around your house with the lights off, and you use your phone as a camera and the flashlight, and monsters will appear on your phone.
That'd be terrifying.
They'll peek around the corners of your house and stuff, and then like the camera will switch back to the face cam. Like there'll be monsters behind you.
I wouldn't ever get to sleep with that.
Yeah, just be like.
And the whole point, I guess, like to collect these special things so the monsters will go away. But it's a cool game. It looks cool.
Another thing kind of goes with VR. The like 360 videos that you see on Facebook and
like
stuff.
Like Snoop Vision that YouTube. That was their April Fool's joke.
Snoop Vision.
Basically, it was like there's April Fool's joke was that Snoop Dogg developed a special equation that lets you watch videos in 3D, and you sit down in one of the chairs, kind of like Google Maps, and you just like there's a movie theater and they're playing the video on screen, but you can turn around to see the rest of the movie. And there's like Snoop Dogg is in every single one. There's like different famous YouTubers sitting around doing different things.
The one that I think I showed you, the one yesterday, it was the Game of Thrones opening.
Yeah, that was cool.
I remember I saw this also. When I saw it, I was like, what is this? But when I couldn't figure out what he was doing because you kept moving your hand around. I was like, why is your phone like... Oh man, I get it now. You are changing the perspective, like as if you're actually flying through the air, going through the kingdoms.
That's amazing. I know Clash of Clans had a thing like that on
YouTube.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it's sad to say that Clash of Clans was the first one to attempt it before Game of Thrones. But whatever.
Anyway.
So, are you guys gonna get a VR? You gonna try out VR sometime in the future?
If I have the money.
That's my thing too. If I had the money,
we should just get one for the station. Have like a station VR.
Ooh,
that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And you can have like special sensors that you set up in the corners.
We could hook it up to the switcher that we have back there, and we could switch from us sitting here doing it to like the game looking around and everything.
That'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool. Okay, future episode, guys.
Future episode.
Okay, so
2020 or whatever.
The next story I have is my favorite story I've done on
I don't
the
understand
podcast so
why
far.
though.
So
I'll tell you.
it's just hilarious to me. So basically, it's the Senate just passed a bill to let the FAA take down drones that are in illegal areas, and the FAA, the Federal Airlines Association, came out with 7 ways that they're going to start taking down drones, and that they're going to, possible ways that they can take out drones. This is all sparked because a drone flew into a British Airlines plane.
Ooh.
So
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that earlier.
Yeah.
I'd say then we have a problem.
Yeah.
man.
So you got to think that
Like rogue drone, we gotta take them out.
if a goose can take out a plane, what can a drone do to a plane?
Yeah.
So
The one thing, I don't know.
Okay, so let's hear what are some
Okay.
of these ways you can take out a drone.
well, I just want to go over one more thing before we talk about 7 ways. Another reason why they stopped this is because a drone delivered a bunch of drugs and weapons to a prison over the prison yard a couple of years ago,
Well,
like a year or
I
two
guess,
ago. So
I
that's
guess-
another reason why.
Going back to the one flying over the airfield and crashing into a plane, I guess in some way they could be used as a weapon, have a bomb attached to them or something like that. And I guess
Yeah.
they need,
I'll tell you,
I
for
can
safety
understand that
purposes,
now.
I can definitely understand.
But I just want to know who was dumb enough to fly their drone into a British airfield and fly it into a plane.
I don't know.
You'd be surprised with some people.
Yeah. All right. So number 1 is a hilarious name. It's called spoofing.
Spoofing?
Spoofing. It's not making fun of
Okay.
something. It's taking over the drone's controls and landing it. They hijack the drone's controls
Oh,
and
okay.
then land it
That's
themselves.
that's
Black
one's
Ops
reasonable.
3 stuff.
All right, what else we got?
We got radio jammers.
Radio. Oh, do you like jamming
Jam
their
the
signals?
signal of the, okay.
It's called the Drone Defender, and this is pretty cool. It's shaped like an assault weapon, and it takes over drones' controls so they can land it. It's basically like spoofing, except it's shaped like a gun, and they shoot the drone with like
A signal
a
of some
special
sort.
signal
Okay.
that hijacks it, and they land it. It looks pretty cool. It looks like an assault weapon. The favorite one of my favorites is up on the screen right now. It's drones with nets. They just capture them. They just capture the
They
drones.
just fly by.
With another drone.
Yeah, with another drone.
It's like something like, oh, what was that? Oh, I don't know. I just keep thinking of like some old cartoon where the villain will be like catching a bunch of birds or something.
Yeah.
with
a plane with like a butterfly net
yeah,
on
with a
it or
butterfly
something.
net.
So it started in kind of a funny way. It started in Japan. So Japan developed this. And basically it happened when a protester landed a tiny piece of radioactive sand on top of the prime minister's home.
Oh.
It was tiny. It's like a tiny piece of
Yeah, but
radioactive sand. It's still sand,
it's- And it's a threat still.
Yeah. But that's why they did it.
Oh my god.
Which I think is crazy because how would they land that piece of sand without it falling out?
Well,
If
they
it's as small as it says it is.
Well,
I
they
mean,
have
maybe it was
in
like in a
some
little
special,
container
yeah,
or
like
tube
made
or
some kind of
something like
special
that,
plastic or
plastic
glass
tube.
container or something
Okay.
like that.
Okay, I see how it is.
Fly it over the building, just land it, and
Yeah.
take off.
So another way is just more nets. They have a gun that can fire nets. They have like a net gun.
So you basically just take aim, fire.
Yeah.
And land.
If it misses, you gotta go
Hopefully
get
you
it and
get
bring it back.
Hey, they come up with dogs for that.
Oh yeah, sure. I just imagine it being funny. Like a guy shoots at the drone and misses. Like, oh god damn, gotta go get it. He gotta go get the net and reload it. And he just keeps missing. The next one is my absolute favorite.
You said that for all of these.
I know. I just love this story. It's just hilarious to me. This is so funny. Eagles.
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 Wait. So we could have like a real life hobbit, like the Eagles are coming. The Eagles are coming.
Hide your drones. The Eagles are coming. Basically, the Dutch police teamed up with a raptor training company called Guard from Above to train eagles to take down quadcopters.
From above.
Oh man, that is. I will have to admit though, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. What I want is there to be like a special police officer that has this eagle in his back, and instead of a siren, it's an eagle call whenever he goes down the road.
That sounds like
Caw.
it sounds like a superhero or something. It's like, oh, have you ever seen the SNL skit with Will Forte? Who's like the Falconer, and it's this guy.
Oh, I think I've
it's
seen
this
that.
guy with a falcon, which is a kind of raptor.
Yeah.
They got sharp claws and everything. And it's just so ridiculous that'd be basically what this would be that in real life.
Yeah.
The Eagle Man. Go.
Another one is it's pretty cool. It's called geofencing, and basically it's an invisible fence, kind of like an invisible fence for dogs.
Okay.
Like if they pass it, they get shocked. If the drone passes this geofence, it just shuts off.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, kind of like a electromagnetic pulse, EMP kind of thing.
Yeah, similar.
About to say, and I kind of zoned out for a little bit there, but it also when you said that, it made me think of like when you have shock collars for dogs, and
Yeah.
there's like a system like if
Yeah,
they go
you have
outside
like
there.
little posts in the ground.
I'd
They
say it
can't
has a
go
little,
past a
it has a
certain
little
amount.
pulse, and then
Yeah.
it goes off.
See,
So-
now this is like the most logical one for me because they just put this up near airfields and it's done.
Yeah.
that would be reasonable.
The
enough.
Eagles are a little out there.
Yeah.
I still like
There's a
the-
drone. Release the Eagles.
Using another drone with
Release
like a
the
net
Eagles.
is kind of stupid, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Japan's
very
weird,
effective.
so
Yeah.
I know this last one is the most reasonable one, but
Yeah.
if
But-
the Eagles though.
Yeah. Basically, the last one is just Mother Nature, and
Wait.
animals are known for taking out drones, like chimp.
Like eagles.
Like eagles, yeah. And basically, the most famous one is a chimp took down a drone.
Wait, what?
A chimp took down a
they
drone.
just got
a
too
chimpanzee.
close.
Yeah, it just got too close to him. I think they're trying to record him or something, and
Okay.
he just grabbed it and threw
Oh,
it.
some kind of nature documentary or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it was
Chimps
something.
can be violent.
They can.
Yeah, like they rip people's faces off. I don't want a chimp, dude. That's
They,
rough.
they
That's
are,
a rough
they are
animal.
not pets.
Yeah,
not that
that's-
I've had one, but
Oh, I want a pet like tiger or wolf. That'd be so cool.
a tiger wolf?
No, tiger or wolf.
Oh, tiger or wolf. I was like,
I'll take a tiger wolf. I mean, that's
I
pretty
want a
cool.
liger.
like, what's a tiger wolf? I don't know.
I want
I
a
want a
liger.
liger.
Anyway, so
Yeah, so I want to see some of these techniques in place. I want a net gun, so if a drone gets too close to my house, I can shoot it down. That's what I want.
but then you
that's what I-
probably have to get into some lawyers and all these judicial stuff, and
That's when I throw it on my neighbor's lawn and I just let them deal with it. You know?
you just let them deal with it. Oh man.
Or I just throw it in
Found your
trash.
drone.
All right, so that wraps it up for our first little part of the podcast. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, so we'll be right back.
89.1 The Bash is guaranteed to bring you the latest in today's hit alternative. Including the classics. 24/7 non-stop. With 50,000 watts of power, turn those radio dials to 89.1 The Bash for all your music needs.
April 28th on the campus of Wabash Valley College is the Sunfest Mixdown. Battle of the Bands from 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. And hey, guess what? It's free. Kids Activity Center includes a petting zoo, a bounce house, and many more activities. There will also be food at a cheap price. Join us to watch the local bands from Evansville, Kentucky, and Vincennes, Indiana. Bands include The Selects, The Jang Sheep, White Knight, Wax Astro, Selling the War, and the So Long Vinyls.
Underwriting support by the First National Bank of Allendale, Crazy Crane Productions, and Taco Tierra.
Coming out to Sunfest. It's an event that you won't want to miss.
Hey guys, welcome back. And we got our producer on, and also / cameraman. He's going to talk to us about an event coming up next week here locally, and it's called the Sunfest. So take it away.
All right, this is an event put on by the music event planning class here at Wabash Valley College. Jacob's in the class,
And
along
Hunter.
with Hunter too.
I'm the one guy who's not in.
But
okay, Jeff, it's
But
okay.
he'll probably still be there, so if you want to come say
Yeah.
hey. But yeah, we have that going on. So 28th of April, which is next Thursday, it's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's going to be 6 competing bands, one from Kentucky, a lot of them from Evansville, one from Vincennes, Indiana as well. They're all kind of like alternative rockish, a little indie-ish, It's like
rock.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
like just
you
like
got punk rock, heavy metal, folk rock.
Good stuff.
yeah, just
So
it's
far-
practically just like rock and roll. You know
So
what I'm
far,
saying?
I absolutely
rock
love
and
all the
roll
bands
is
that you
just
showed
hard
me
to
that are going to
define.
be there.
Thanks, man. Like I put a lot of work in finding these bands.
I know.
And like I appreciate you saying that, man. I really do. But it's gonna be a great time for sure, and there's gonna be food for cheap. And if you are a parent out there, and if you're thinking about like, I don't want to have to like bring my kids and stuff, there's the toy club here at the Wabash Valley College is having a kid center, activity center, where there's gonna be like a bounce house and like other out games
I wanna get in that.
outdoor
Is that
games and stuff like that for the kids as well. It's just
have
$10 for 2 hours. So if you want to stop by, you can drop your kids off there and come
Come
mosh
hang out,
pit
eat
or something.
Hold on.
Sorry, guys, I gotta drop the kids off so I can go, mosh pit.
That'd be interesting.
I'm just kidding though. It's not that heavy. I don't think there will be a mosh pit.
No.
I'd say it's
God.
going to be, from
I
what
don't think
I've
I'm surprised.
understood, it's going to be more lighthearted, just a good time.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
music is really groovy and like
Groovy.
If we're going
brings back
70s.
That's a
some of
good
the old
explanation.
70s words there, but it's like a really like laid back bands, and it's gonna be great.
I'm excited
11
for
to
it.
7.
Yep.
Just stop by, say hi. We'll all be there. Meet us.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and meet us.
Yeah, meet the cast of the podcast.
Yeah, so
That rhymed. That rhymed. Yeah, but you can go by and meet us. We'll be there. I don't think you want our autographs, but you know what? We're always there to give them away
Yeah.
if we have to. So, anything else about it? Did you say it's free? It's free.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yeah. It is free, and there will be food there for a cheap price as well. So
There is a
And
free
what
will
ki- and
donation,
what kind of
though.
food are we talking?
Yeah.
it's free, but like,
think like barbecue food.
there'll be a donation bucket to where
That sounds
like you
good.
want to give to the school, help out the secret garden and the toy club
And be able to put on another festival.
yeah,
Yeah.
next year. I'm hoping we've set out a foundation to keep this going years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
Did
please
we end
come
up getting?
support us.
Are we doing T-shirts then also?
oh yeah, we're doing t-shirts. We have enough sponsors to do t-shirts as
All
well.
right.
And so come by, buy a t-shirt. I'm not gonna say like a specific price because I'm not sure, but I know they're gonna be probably under $20. So they're gonna be pretty
Yeah.
good priced t-shirts and they're really good quality. I'll put my life on that. I guarantee it.
And next week, I just want to say that we're probably going to interview some bands while we're there. So we're going to put them up on the next podcast. We're going to put up a couple
Yeah,
of
we're,
interviews.
next Thursday
Sounds
we're gonna
like a
like
good
kind of
idea.
do like
Yeah.
we're gonna do some interviews like at the event like on
On
On the spot.
location.
On the location.
on
yeah.
location. Yeah,
location.
So we're gonna bring that to you next week for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. You guys should totally come out and
That's
check
right.
it out.
So check it out.
I've been
Yeah.
supporting it on I've been
Yep.
talking
Oh
about it.
yeah,
in
we
the
have
show.
a Facebook page and an event as well. If you want to go on to
And make sure you hit that going button.
that
Yeah.
going button.
Not
so you
just-
know.
not
But
just the
it's
maybe.
Sunfest
I-
Mixdown. The Facebook page is called Sunfest Mixdown. Sunfest is one word. Or if you wanted to find us easier, go to Bash's Facebook page, and then there's links there, in the news feed.
I have a confession to make. I still haven't hit the going button on Facebook. So
I mean, you have to go anyways.
yeah, so I'll be there, but I'm not Facebook official, So
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
It's alright.
But anyway,
it's gonna be fun. You guys should totally come out and check it out. Oh wait, who are our sponsors for it?
Oh, our sponsors are First National Bank of Allendale, Crazy Crane Productions, and Taco
That's it.
Tierra.
Yeah. And yes, Crazy Crane Productions is Hayden's
That is
production.
That is
so,
me.
So thank you for
Self-production
sponsoring.
company.
Good job. Thank you.
good job.
All right, so are you just gonna stay here for the rest of the?
Yeah,
might as well.
I'll just go ahead and do that.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
So we got Sunfest down. Okay. Next up is another very funny story. Kanye West is getting sued,
Oh yeah.
and he's
just-
getting sued from, I believe, for lying about.
Well, I'll read you the story.
Okay,
Basically, what
okay,
we
cool.
got. I pulled it up here.
I don't know a lot
But
about. this.
basically,
I'm okay with
I'll
it.
say this is the one that I've been real. I'm about
Go
to say
ahead.
I have a guilty pleasure as Kanye West, so
Yeah.
I kind of follow him around, and not in a weird way.
Oh, so you're a stalker?
I don't know if we
How does
can
that
be
work,
friends
man? We're
anymore.
in Southern
But
Illinois.
let's just say, anyway, here's what happened.
Drones.
Release the Eagles. A California man sued rappers Jay-Z and Kanye West on Monday,
man, Jay-Z too.
alleging that because he's involved with Tidal. Alleging they conned fans into joining the streaming service Tidal by promising exclusive access to West's latest album, The Life of Pablo, only to see it later appear on our services. In the 26-page action filed in U.S. District Court in San Francisco, attorneys for this guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but
Yeah, just go on.
about to say he seeks class action status for the suit to represent as many as 2 million current and former subscribers to Tidal, which is run by Jay-Z Enterprises. So, at a time when it was quietly teetering on the brink of collapse, Tidal more than doubled its subscriber base from 1 million to 2.5 million in 10 days.
Wow, 10 days?
After West tweeted to his 21 million Twitter followers that his album would be exclusive to Tidal. He even said on Twitter, "My album will never, never, never be on Apple. And it will never be for sale. You can only get it on Tidal." And then just a month and a half later, the album was made available on Apple, Spotify, and West's own website. So
This sparks an interesting discussion
That's
on how
stupid.
far you can go when you say. I mean, I'm not sure if you're legally binded to just saying that it's just gonna be on Tidal if you go and change. You know what I mean? Like you're not like bound to that.
Yeah.
It's not. You're just not a signed contract. It's like it's just a Twitter.
You're right. It probably wasn't a signed contract, but still, it.
It is. It's still a pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
I'd say something about it just seems disrespectful to the fans. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, their prices for going on Tidal is like $20 a month just to listen to.
Yeah.
and
That's
especially-
ridiculous.
I mean,
It's-
I mean,
Spotify
you
is
pay.
way
You
better.
could buy
Sorry.
maybe a couple CDs at Walmart for that price.
Yeah.
And if you're paying that for just to listen to the same album, and you're doing that every month, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, do you want to fill in on this? What do you think of the matter?
The title or the
Title and
Just
the
this whole
whole thing.
situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like if he said he was gonna release it like exclusively on Tidal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, and no CD format or nothing.
Or anywhere else, and then he did it everywhere else as well.
Yeah, he just said,
Yeah.
That is a classic
It's
example
shady.
of lying. You know.
Shady.
Yeah, it is.
it's
It is.
very
it's-
shady.
You
Yeah.
can't. That's false advertisement, and he should
got a
be
point.
sued for that.
Yeah.
not to say, it's not fair to the fans. I mean, and especially even those, like, if you posted it, like, even on YouTube or Spotify or something like
Yeah.
that, it would immediately get taken off. And then so he's like, well, I guess all these fans are like, well, I guess we'll have to subscribe to Tidal.
Yeah.
And now suddenly there's like, well, we've wasted our money on this.
Yeah, I completely
Yeah.
agree with you. It's very disrespectful to the fans, and it's completely lying, and it cons them out of $20 a month
Yeah.
for this Tidal service.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so Tidal's been kind of a thing of controversy because Tidal was suing itself. It was suing its former owners for lying about how many subscribers they had originally until Jay-Z bought it, and that increased the price of the company.
Yeah.
So Tidal, Jay-Z was suing the original company, which I think was in Europe. It was a foreign company.
Okay.
Okay.
And so now they're getting sued over this.
And I think we've covered this before, but like there's YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, and even iTunes Radio now.
Yeah.
We don't need another music subscriber.
Yeah, and the thing that they use to try to really sell Tidal is they had a video showing with Jay-Z or someone narrating about what it was going to be, how amazing it was going to be, and they had all these artists sign this contract at this big event. And when it dropped, it just didn't get the subscriber base that it needed to get.
Yeah.
I remember like I think Beats by Dre had like a service like that as well. Like it was a music service, and it was popular for like a couple months. Like I heard about it, then it just kind of dropped off. I don't know if they still have it or not, but I don't know what it's called. It's like Beats Music or something like that. But I don't hear about that anymore. But I'm saying like
Yeah.
I'm just
I
saying
wonder
like
why.
Pandora and like Spotify, they've got
They got the hold on the market.
oh yeah, they're good at what they do. Spotify is where it's at.
Yeah, and Tidal is basically Spotify except for $10 more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm a subscriber to Spotify.
Can you use like Spotify? Like I use Spotify like on the daily, but I just put up with like the random sponsor shit, like just random ads that come up. So like I can use it without paying monthly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you do that with Tidal, or is it just pay or nothing?
I think there's a free trial, but otherwise it's
Yeah,
pay or nothing.
I'd say there's a free trial for a while there, and I think even Kanye said for a little bit that you could. He kept changing his plan for it. He said
Kanye.
it's what Kanye does. I mean, we're sorry, Kanye,
Yeah.
but you're Kanye. It's what you do.
And if you like Kanye West, it's whatever. It's your own
I'd say,
opinion.
and,
It's our
and
opinion.
I'm a Kanye West fan.
I'm a Jay-Z and Kanye fan.
I'd
for
say
sure,
I'm
man.
about to say
Good music, for
He
sure.
and I are rap fans. I mean, personality-wise, the guy is a little.
Yeah.
And
eccentric.
I absolutely
They have
hate Kanye, so
99 problems, and being sued is one.
And I gotta say that Jeff came up with the best title. It's gonna be the title of this episode of the BashCast.
Well, maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe, unless we can
It
find a
should
better
be.
one. But it should
be.
He came up with the best title for this news story. It's Jesus gets crucified by lawyers.
I mean,
It's perfect. It's so good. It's so good. I love that. I love that title. That's amazing.
Yeah, but so
Sorry, man.
go ahead.
I'm gonna go on a limb here and say they probably win this lawsuit because they have Bang.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh
and-
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, they're totally.
So overall, what do we think? How do you think this is going to play out,
He's
Jacob?
dumb and he's gonna get sued.
Well, he's already
he is
sued.
getting
I mean, he's gonna lose money. I think he's going to lose, and if he doesn't lose, I'm gonna be kind of upset.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, he's probably not going to lose just because he has he has so many money. He has so much money.
Well, he's
And he has
so many money.
He has so
in
many
debt.
lawyers.
He's in debt.
That's true, but Jay-Z is. You got to think that.
Yeah, I didn't take Jay-Z into
It's a
account.
company, you know.
I'd say several artists are involved with it.
Oh wait, are they just suing? Is it just suing Kanye, or are they suing the company?
I believe it was Kanye.
If it's just suing Kanye, he's okay. Never mind. That changes my answer because he's in debt.
But I may be wrong on that. But I'd have to look
One
that
thing
up
that gets
again.
me is like Jack White and Daft Punk are part of Tidal, and I really enjoy both those artists.
Oh, definitely.
And to see them like, I don't know, kind of be involved with something like that, it's just kind of like, really?
Yeah.
I'd
It's
say-
just- there's a lot of
and that's a strange thing
artists.
for me because Jack White for me is like the ultimate analog guy. He records his stuff
Yeah.
on tape. He has, of course, Third Man Records, and which of course have locations in like
Detroit and Nashville now.
Detroit and Nashville, and they're known for their vinyl. And then and I'm sure he's not totally against digital. I mean, I don't hate it. It can be a lot easier for some people, but just the whole $20 a month thing just doesn't work for me. So
No.
It's a very interesting situation that it's in. And it's gonna be cool not cool, but it's gonna be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
as for me, yeah, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if this will be disregarded later or how it'll work, but I'm definitely going to be following this, see what's going on.
Yeah,
so
you have to go and follow.
And what do you have to say?
I said my answer right before you asked the question.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, remember I said I feel like that they'll win it when this
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So this next one, I feel like Jacob is the
Yes.
biggest
I'm so
expert
pumped.
on this, and he's pretty excited, which is good.
I've been
It's good.
excited for I think the past 18 days about this. Follow Troy has come back, and after like 7 years or so, after not being together, have come together and made an album, and it released yesterday. And I was super excited for it to come out, but when I got online to like download it or whatever, there was this letter up at the top, and it said, "Dear listeners," or something like that. This album represents hope that things can be different, than the past doesn't have to always weigh on the present. We give this album to you for free now because we know that you deserve it. And that's one thing that I was super pumped about. They did, however, have bundles and stuff like that. It's free on their website just for the song, and then for their digital, for one of the digital copies that has like an artwork that's like it's only $5, which is awesome. And then the bundles though, which was what I was really excited about, because they had vinyl records. They had translucent gold records,
pretty
which
sweet.
are only 1 out of 1,000.
Let's say.
And they were all sold out yesterday by like noon.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But that a thought just ran through my head with the whole vinyl thing. Like, if this is really, and I'm not trying to diss the guys, but even though it may sound like that,
Yeah.
is that if it's really for the fans and everybody, like for the vinyl collectors,
Yeah.
they would like maybe some translucent vinyl. And I know you have to have some limited edition stuff, all right, but
Yeah.
I know plenty of records that have been printed on special colored vinyl and stuff like that, and for their
My
general
favorite's like
release.
the white vinyl is super cool, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's probably
Just the
my-
Yeah.
pure white
That-
vinyl.
But they had like these bundles from like $20 up to $100, and they were all sold out. T-shirts, stickers, and all that stuff.
Not the stickers.
Not the sticker.
Sticker scene.
What I'm most excited about the most, though, is that they released tour dates for the U.S., and they're going to be in Chicago on the 13th of August. Yeah,
Okay.
at the Bottom Lounge, which is a really awesome venue. It's a bar, kind of pub area, and they have this stage and merch and bathrooms and stuff in the back. It's really cool.
What part of Chicago is this in, or are you sure?
No. I've been there
just
once,
no.
and it was dark outside.
But you weren't near like
There was a McDonald's across the street.
There was a McDonald's. So guys, remember, if you see a McDonald's, look across the street.
Actually,
Fall Troy will be there.
actually,
McDonald's.
Wait, hold on.
Batman. You know how there was one scene in one of the Batman movies where he was driving the Batmobile, and there was like this monorail track above him? That was shot in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on that piece of
Oh,
road.
wait. Is this from
Oh,
Batman
man, Batman's
Begins?
been-
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know. I think I may know what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
Anyway, so how is the music so far?
I've listened to the album like 5 times already.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So-
it's awesome.
Now, I've listened to like 2 of their songs, but it's not from the new album.
Yeah.
So I want you to describe to me, because I'm interested. I'm very interested.
Okay.
Like what they sound like.
Most people would call it progressive metal. And that came from progressive rock, British rock music and stuff like that. Weird time signatures, heavy rhythm oriented and stuff like that. Or you can call it progressive rock, whatever. But there's some screaming and yelling and stuff like that. And their concerts and stuff, people always go nuts. There's people jumping up on top of the crowd and crowd surfing, jumping up on stage, jumping off, and it's all that.
Okay, cool.
It's fun.
Okay.
You end up being sore after the show, but it's fun.
This also brings up a kind of a interesting topic because, for me, one of the ways something that gets me really excited is when a band that hasn't released something in a long time releases
Yeah.
something new and I didn't know about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just I go on their Spotify page. There's a new album there. It's just like 2016. I'm
Yup.
like, oh my god, are you serious? Like this is so sweet.
Like, that's what happened like the Lumineers with me, like
Yeah.
recently, like, when they just released Ophelia, and I was like, whoa, like I was so blown away. And then it was like, then I knew it was like great. Like I listened to it, and I was like, dude, this is insanely good,
Yeah. Another band that, Protest the Hero, they're from Canada, and they did something really interesting this past like few months. They, instead of releasing a whole album all at once, they ended up getting a band camp. And on the 15th of every month, they released a song for 6 months to create a whole album. And they even had like a documentary series if you like upgraded for the upgrade package and stuff like that. But it was really cool.
Wait, what band was this?
Protest the Hero.
Protest the Hero.
I feel like I've heard of them.
I might have said that name before, so
I'd say it's
Probably. I
possible.
don't know. But
we can listen to them after the podcast.
So, folks, for those of you who don't know, just listen to Protest the
Hero.
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 Shows how much I
Boys' new
know.
album. It's on their website. It's free.
another band that I'm really looking forward to coming out of a hiatus is Gorillaz.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I'm
I
so
forgot they
hyped.
were coming out
Last
with new
semester
stuff.
I heard about that, and
Yeah.
I was like talking about it like on air and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I was so excited, and then
Yeah.
like the weight is killing me, dude.
I love Gorillaz is one of my top 3 bands for me.
Melancholy Hill
Yeah.
is my favorite song.
I would say Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood was great. Clint
Yeah.
Eastwood was great. But I mean, I'm also like a Dirty Harry fan. I like Dirty Harry
Yep.
a lot. But they're just such a unique sound, and like it's really easy listening for me. Like I can
The
just
way
sit
they
back and
do
just listen to them all
some
day.
of their like, concerts and stuff like that is really cool also.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
like the either silhouettes or like the actual characters up on like a screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like either they're behind the screen playing or
Yeah, it's. I've always wanted to go to one. Like, I've never been able to go to one of their concerts. I've always wanted to.
yeah.
But oh man, that'd be so cool to go. I've seen like YouTube videos of their concerts. Sometimes they play the music video behind them while they're playing the song.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. But yeah, they're one of my bands I would love to see live.
I
It'd be so
agree.
cool.
Definitely.
All right, so moving on. Now every week you guys know that we bring you some weird news. All right, the drones is pretty weird, but that's not weird. Okay.
I'm gonna say
that's
that
nothing.
that counts as weird news. I
Okay,
think.
it counts as weird news, but it's
Especially
not
with
as
the
weird as
Eagles.
this. Release the Eagles, but you know what? it's not as weird as this.
This may be called the Eagles. We don't know.
Release the Eagles.
Release the Eagles.
Okay, we got a lot of toss-up titles, but
anyway,
basically, this surfaced a day or two ago, and this has been driving some controversy for some conspiracy theorists out there, some Joe Rogans out there. Some
Yeah, Joe Rogan, that's where it's at.
And basically, a picture of a UFO was taken in the International Space Station, and it happened during the video feed.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
I'm sorry, Josh is really messing with me right now. But basically, there's a video feed from the International Space Station. I don't know if they have like a constant video feed or something.
Yeah, I believe that's the thing. They have a live stream that goes on, and this UFO comes up like on the horizon of the planet, and suddenly it just goes solid blue.
Yeah, the video cuts. And it's very interesting because a lot of people are saying that this UFO appeared a while back in some other instance, and that this is a connection.
Oh, so this thing is like they've had sightings of this particular UFO.
It looks like a horseshoe. It looks like a horseshoe.
Okay.
Yeah, about to say.
There've definitely been that seems to be a theme when you see stuff on History Channel. It's either like a cigar-shaped UFO or like a horseshoe-shaped UFO or something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes a triangle, but
sometimes a triangle.
Yeah.
Illuminati.
It's a Star Destroyer. Oh my God.
That'd be awesome. I'd be okay with that. I don't care if I die.
Wait until you see the Death Star, though.
So this has sparked a lot of controversy, and it's kind of funny because a lot of these controversial videos is something that I like to watch, but I don't really believe in. But it's just kind of interesting to look and see what crazy story someone's drummed up about this. You know, and some crazy idea.
It is very interesting, man. I like watching the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Watching those
Ancient Aliens.
Ancient Aliens. That's
Aliens.
Listen to Joe Rogan's podcast when he talks about it. To me, I'm not gonna say I don't believe in it, and I'm not gonna say I do because I don't want you guys judging me. What I'm saying is we don't even know what's at the bottom of our own ocean. How can we tell what's out there in a big space that we don't even know where it ends and it begins? So there could be multiple universes. There could be aliens.
I'd say it makes sense because
you know what I'm saying?
I think we know more about the surface of the moon than we do our own bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Every year, the scientists bring out some creepy creature from the bottom of the ocean that we've never seen.
Something washes up. What?
Like a giant squid or a gulper eel or maybe an anglerfish. That. For those of you who don't know that fish, that basically Marlin and Dory met in fighting. Just
Is it the one with the little ball?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me. Worst movie for me, to be honest. Indiana Jones: The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, that movie hurt me. That movie hurt me.
Yeah, same.
I didn't hate it.
You didn't hate it?
I didn't hate it.
I don't think.
Man, I did not like that movie at all.
I didn't either.
Was it before Shia LaBeouf went insane?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because I remember it coming out, and it's he just started going crazy.
LaBeouf.
You know, there was a he had this. There was this interpretive art thing that he put on, and basically he had a bag over his head that said "I'm not famous anymore," and he had props from all of his movies out in the lobby, and you could pay money to go in and sit there and just say whatever you want to him, to do whatever you want to him. He would just sit there, and this one guy made him cry on video. It was really sad.
Didn't he end up doing a movie marathon where?
Yeah, and he fell asleep during it.
I'm pretty
fell asleep during Transformers.
I thought he ended up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Didn't he end up taking some acid or something like that and watching all of his movies?
Yeah, and he ordered pizza for everybody in the theater. And they all ate it, and he streamed the entire thing. I think it was on Twitch. He streamed it on Twitch. Kind of Bob Ross. It's kind of like Twitch to launch Twitch Creative. They also had a Bob Ross marathon of every single. Whatever.
We do.
I think behind us.
We have the
or
picture.
Maybe on the screen. I don't know.
Forgot about that.
Wherever it pops up.
So I don't know how well you guys can see right now, but here we got it on screen here, right in the circle. It's kind of a horseshoe shape.
The blurry shape that's always the UFO.
They kind of say that it tilts in the video. That it rotates or something. Okay.
I'd say I don't have that an acute eyesight. So I don't see it moving exactly. I've watched it a couple times, but I haven't seen it.
The thing is, there are tons and tons of satellites that orbit Earth.
Yeah, and I have another point. This could be a government experiment of a new airplane or
Yeah.
something that they don't want to release because they don't want people to know.
That's usually the case sometimes.
Yeah, that's the
Definitely.
thing. Like we don't know what's like going on in our own world. So
Yeah.
It's like, we don't
everybody
know.
just jumps to like
And they like to
aliens,
jump-
you know? Like,
jump to
Aliens.
conclusion, like the only logical thing.
If you guys have ever seen a satellite map of around Earth, it looks like a meteor like field around the Earth. How many
Asteroid
So I'd
belt.
say, is-
Yeah,
our
asteroid belt, thank
I'd
you.
say outside the atmosphere is just filled with all this
Yeah,
junk.
and debris, and it's like there's a lot of stuff out
I'd
there.
say
we should just start sending our trash to space.
I
I
think
feel
they
like
made a
that would
movie
be a
about
bad
it.
idea.
I think they made a movie about
wasn't
At
that.
some point in
Wasn't
time.
that Wally?
Is that Wally?
I don't know, man. But like,
The Adventure of
once,
Pluto
because
Nash.
like our world will eventually get full of trash, so we'll have to send it somewhere.
Yeah.
But we'll probably burn up the ozone if we did that. So
Yeah.
that's a terrible
We'll just-
idea. Just forget I said it. But
We'll just take the trash and move it over here.
Put it where you want
If you send
it.
it to space, you don't have to deal with it.
Put it where you
Yeah.
want it, Doug.
Anyway,
So, yeah, I want to share that with you guys because UFOs, conspiracies, always fun to
Yeah.
watch.
yeah. So overall, what do we think?
What do
I
you
think
think?
it's-
What do you think it is?
Most likely a satellite.
All right.
Wait, what do I think it is? Okay, so you guys seen that video of the stunt man who went to the atmosphere and he jumped from the atmosphere?
They don't
Like,
do that
crazy.
very often, though.
I
do
know, but
they?
you gotta think.
I
Like,
don't think it'd be him exactly.
I know, but I think it's Aaron Bull.
Exact Red Bull guy.
That's the Red Bull guy. It gives you wings.
I'm pretty sure that dude that did that was like sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah,
That's
it
why I
was,
said
it
that.
was.
I feel like Red Bull sponsors every extreme sport. It's just like
They
everywhere.
do.
They
They-
sponsor every esports team.
Racing,
Skateboarding.
skateboarding,
BMX
snowboarding,
probably.
skiing.
All right. So
I think it's the air balloon.
you think it's an air
Yeah,
balloon?
weather balloon or something like
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with Jacob here. I do think it's probably a satellite. I mean, it's just. I mean, look at the thing. I mean, those are
Yeah.
maybe like solar panels that we're
that.
seeing.
I don't know what that thing is. I can't see.
Could be like a
So-
solar panel. I
mean,
know it's
it's
blurry, so
blurry.
it could be anything else like an air balloon, as he said, or it could be the Red Bull guy. We don't know.
Yeah, that's him right there. Just, just hanging out on the bottom. He's getting ready to jump.
Anyway, but what do you say?
I say it is alien
You say it's
spacecraft. Alien spacecraft.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the
Alright.
oddball
All
here
right,
and say
cool.
that.
All right.
We need one of those. We always need one of
I'd
those.
say we need different opinions.
We need differing opinions.
So anyway,
Okay, so our next story, we wanted to end
I don't even know anything about
on
this story.
we wanted to end on a good heroic note, a good amazing
An
note.
uplifting note.
And this uplifting note is a hero EMT mows the lawn of the guy he just saved. So basically, this happened in California, and there was an 87-year-old gentleman who was mowing his lawn. He was doing some yard work, and basically he passed out during he didn't get enough oxygen while he
like
was
heat
doing
stroke
yard
or
work.
something like that, or
Yeah, something similar. So he collapsed, and his neighbors called the ambulance for him, and they tried to get him to go to a hospital, but refused. They just had him hooked up to like an
IV.
EKG meter or something like that.
Yeah.
So they were just testing him, make sure he's okay. So he went inside and sat him down, and he heard a lawnmower outside, and the EMT was mowing his lawn, and he went out and said you didn't have to do.
There's a photo of it.
Yeah, here's the photo. He said you didn't have to do that, and he said, well. I made a call to dispatch. We don't have any pressing calls, so he's like, I'm just gonna go and mow your lawn
I got
for
some
you.
time to kill, you know.
Yeah, and he didn't want to release his name. He just kind of wanted to be anonymous, but they eventually did release his name.
That
I mean-
means that kind of shows that he's actually a good guy. You know?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
from
He's
the
not- he's
houses
not-
and other yards and stuff like that, it didn't seem like a big yard. So
Yeah,
Why
it's just
not?
like a little section.
yeah. But I'd say it's not.
And he's got a push mower. So
And it's
yeah,
kind of funny
Yeah.
that we place this under weird news because it's funny. It's not really a. Well, I guess
Well,
it
I
would
mean,
be kind
it's
of
kinda
Here we
weird,
go.
but
Here we go. Hold on.
We'll mark the weird
Heroics.
out.
Nice.
Nice news.
That's our news story.
There we go. Nice news.
But anyway, it is interesting because you don't see many people that nowadays kind of doing that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. It's always awesome to see a good Samaritan like help out with
Yeah,
something.
I agree.
Like whenever your books fall and someone helps you pick them up.
I'd say.
I mean,
I'd
it's
say even
nice.
at the college year, I remember a little while back, one of the baseball players, he was going out to his car out here by the science building, and he dropped some papers, and it was windy that day, so
Oh, yeah?
so it started flying all over the place. And I was heading out, so I just start running and going after him. But
Jeff being a good Samaritan.
I'd say I'm not saying I'm always a good Samaritan. I'm just saying that.
Oh, he's not always a good Samaritan. I see.
No! What have I
True
done?
collar showing.
What have I done?
So the good thing is he eventually went to the hospital and he is all right.
That's good.
So
it's always good.
yeah. So I mean, if I was at EMT, I'd probably mow the guy's lawn, give him a hand. You know.
Yeah, I would.
There's other EMTs to help out other people. You know.
Yeah.
I got
I'd say
time.
there's plenty of them, and just even a simple thing like that is just.
This guy was clocked in doing this.
I don't. I think so. Oh, I see.
So
okay.
so taxpayers paid this guy to mow a lawn.
Mm.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know
Drop that
how.
mower now.
I feel like I think ambulance companies are like their own thing. I don't think they're by. They might be, but I'm not.
I mean, they work for the hospital, right? And
Like an independent company?
Yeah, I think they're independent companies.
I think they work for the hospital.
Yeah, I think the dispatch from the hospital.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Furry County. I'm not sure. But
And he's okay. The guy's
wow.
okay.
anyway,
I just found this on the back of my note card, but I forgot to mention this. The guy who's directing Warcraft is named Duncan Jones, and he's only done. Will always be his third movie.
okay.
So he still has some time to kill.
Come.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can do that mowing lawns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the? I just hope he doesn't try like an M. Night Shyamalan. Or his
Okay.
first few movies are good.
I think we're running out of time here. So.
Okay, well,
Probably.
I don't want to get heated against our smack on the table. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the podcast. Make sure you guys come out to the Sunfest next week. It's Thursday, April 28th from 11 to 7
Just do
a.m. to p.m. Yeah, there it is. So,
Come out and say hi. We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. Come out and say hi to us. You know, we'll be walking around. We're pretty recognizable.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if we'll
it'll be
have
fun.
any like bash stickers or whatever, but.
I don't know.
Oh, wait,
That
guys.
might be
That'd
something
be
we
cool.
could try and.
Hold on.
That'd be cool.
Okay, hold
like
on.
you come talk to us, we'll give you a sticker.
Yeah, you come talk to us. We'll
If we
That's
have
not for sure
stickers.
yet.
We're not. That's not
If
for
we
sure.
have
so
stickers.
So hey,
take-
we don't know. Maybe we can give you a bash T-shirt. Well, for you to find out, you have to come to the event and then come talk to us
Yeah.
to find out if we have this stuff.
And don't be afraid to come up and talk to us because we're pretty cool.
I'll say
And-
we're just regular guys.
I'm a little
so-
socially awkward, so it might be a little weird.
All right, guys.
Okay, so in honor of National High Five Day, very ironic day for it to be on, but we're all gonna. So you know, let's end on a good note. So high five.
Yeah.
High five. Yeah. So.
All
Yeah, there
together,
we go.
all at one time. Meet
Yeah,
where
ready,
Jacob's
ready,
hand is. No,
ready?
you guys start back.
Ready? Okay, go.
That was
Okay.
terrible.
Woo!
That was terrible.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
That was great.